Hey everybody, it's Teri Lucas. I'm a quilter, I'm a teacher, I'm an author. I'm teaching at Salt Lake City, which is why I have Bob here. And Bob, can you tell us a little bit about who you are and why you're here?
Well,
How's
I'm
that?
here. I'm here, Terry, because you summoned me, and really, it's in my DNA to do whatever you tell me, as long as those checks keep coming.
Yes,
Yeah.
the next one's in the mail.
Can you Venmo me or something a little more modern?
N- what's Venmo?
I don't know.
Okay,
Anyway,
okay.
I am the vice president of communications for Quilts Incorporated, so I handle all of the marketing, promotions, publications, websites, social media. Occasionally, I sweep up around here as well.
Do you wrangle kittens? And by that, I mean media personnel who come in for the shows?
I don't wrangle kittens, but if you watch the first Rocky movie, he trained by chasing chickens in the backyard. So I'm more of a chicken chasing guy.
That's a little bit more befitting Texas.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah. Can you tell us a little bit about the quilt behind you?
Yes, this is a Boogie Brass Band by Sharon Casey. It was an entry in last year's Festival Judge Show, which we returned the Judge Show with cash prizes. And I was just really taken by it. It reminds me a lot of the old 50s and 60s jazz album covers. And as you know, I'm a big music guy. So I was really taken with Sharon's quilt and I decided to make it my virtual background.
That is really an amazing looking quilt.
It is, it is.
It is. When I got the email from you about Salt Lake City asking for a little video, I immediately responded and said, "Hey Bob, do you want to do an interview?" And you said, "Yes." So what are we doing in Salt Lake City? What is Quilts Incorporated doing? Special exhibits, all the fun stuff.
Sure. Well, we wanted to have as you know, outside of Houston, our festival shows travel around the country, and we had an opportunity to have one in Salt Lake City where we've never had a festival. We've had several markets there before, and we just really liked the building and we liked the area. So we decided to have a festival there. So it's going to be kind of like a lot of our other road shows where you've got everything under one roof. We've got a slate of probably about 50 classes. We'll have more than 500 quilts on display and a whole lot of exhibits. A lot of them are going to premiere in Salt Lake City. And then, of course, we'll have the vendors selling, fabrics, patterns, sewing machines, anything you need.
Okay. What are the special exhibits going to be?
Well, you can find, we've got quite a number of them, and you can find a list at quilts.com. If you click on the Salt Lake City button, you can see a lot of them. But we've got several that are going to be specific to Utah. We've got an
Okay.
exhibit from the Salt Lake City chapter of the Modern Quilt Guild. We've also got two other exhibits that are quilts all about Utah history or from other Utah guilds. So
Mm-hmm.
those are going to be exclusive to that show. We've got special collections of art quilts and contemporary quilts from the International Quilt Festival collection. And this is our own collection that Carrie Bresnahan and Nancy Fuentes have been collecting for decades, and a lot of them have never been seen before in the public.
Oh, nice.
We've also got a really big exhibit, a celebration of color, and that's sponsored by equilter.com. That's a judge show that the winners are going to debut in Salt Lake City before they travel to Long Beach and Houston. And we
Nice.
have other great exhibits, Christmas in July, a bunch of Christmas quilts on display. We've got two Sakura exhibits that are going to be happening, and also highlights from the Frank Klein collection. Frank Klein is a very noted art quilter.
Okay.
And a lot of his quilts have subjects of nature or animals. And we actually premiered that at the Texas Quilt Museum last year. And it was so popular, we decided to put it in our festivals as well.
Sweet. That sounds fun.
Yeah.
Um, can you highlight a few of the teachers? Not not me, but like who else is coming?
Oh man, I've got all my notes all over the place here.
Well, okay, so I saw Jackson Cook. He's
Yeah,
coming to teach.
Jackson Cook. He is one of our new teachers, and we actually have probably more new teachers coming to the Salt Lake City Festival than ever before. So a lot of
Mhm.
these teachers are making their debut in Quilt Festival. Some of the names that you mentioned, Jackson, Charlotte Warr Anderson will be there, Fabia Diniz, Heather Dunn, Karla Gerome, Martha Higdon, Jean Impey, Marina Landi, Cindy Lohbeck, Teri Lucas,
Never heard of her.
never heard of her. I don't know. She's not, doesn't have a really great reputation. We may take her off. Uh, plug away. Melissa De Leon Mason, Cindy McChesney, Dierdre McElroy, RaNae Merrill, Kate Quinn, and Joe Vecchiarelli, and Debbie Wendt. So we've got a pretty diverse group of teachers in Salt Lake City. As I mentioned, some of them teaching for us at Festival for the first time.
I heard Joe's name. Is he teaching quilting or is he teaching garment sewing?
Joe is doing, well, garment is his particular specialty. So he's got 3 classes, fitting a dress form to you, draping fundamentals of the upper body, and draping fundamentals of the lower body. So
Right.
He's certainly an expert in all those areas.
Right. And are you going to be the voice of the quilt show?
Well, until I'm told not to, yes, I will continue to make very annoying announcements over the intercom.
Just because we are still in 2022, is there, what is the masking policy of the convention center? Do you know? And I'm not going to hold you to it because I know between now and then things could change.
Yeah, things can certainly change. As of today, we are not requiring, and the building or the city are not requiring masks, proof of vaccination, or a negative COVID test. So at this point, wearing a mask is absolutely voluntary. We will not be requiring it though.
Okay, good. And what are you most looking forward to doing in Salt Lake? I mean, outside of the quilt show, like, are you looking forward to a particular restaurant or?
Well, you know me, as I mentioned, I'm a music guy, so I always like to kind of sniff out a used book and CD stores around town. So I haven't quite made my list yet, but I'll probably be sneaking out at night to check out a few of those because I always like trying to get new vinyl, new CDs, and new books.
And how do you manage to get new vinyl home safely?
I usually bring that with me on the airplane, actually. So whenever I go to a road show, I'll have a bag, and then sometimes there'll be I'll carry some vinyl records with me. So those go with me on the plane.
All right. So what are the dates of the show? When does it open? When does it close? When do classes start? Is it all at the same time?
Sure, we'll be at the Salt Palace Convention Center, and the dates are July 21st through 23rd. That's also the day the classes will start on the first day of the festival, and hours are going to be 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. each day.
Sweet. And let's see, is there anything else I want to ask you? No, I think for this interview, I think that'll be it. We've covered the basics, unless there's anything else that you'd like to add.
Teri, I want to ask you about the flouncy hairstyle that I haven't seen before. So does it take a lot of maintenance or work in the mornings, or how do you achieve that look? So
I achieve that look by actually just washing my hair and combing it and going. Also, I don't know if you've ever noticed here in Texas, it gets really humid. So the hair's been a little bit bigger the last few days.
I've heard this rumor about humidity in Texas. Let me step outside and confirm that. But
right. Yesterday, I think in our area, in the Austin area, it was like 79, 80% humidity. So it was just, it was just a little humid. just a lot of water in the air, and when you've got slightly curly hair, it just sort of does this. And Bob, you usually see me like this, so you have no idea how long my hair actually is. So this is a bonus for both of us.
It's like you're like a different person. I couldn't pick you out in a lineup. So
oh good.
Have you been in a lot of criminal lineups though? Just out of curiosity.
Zero.
Okay.
Zero. Right. Hopefully that holds my street cred for teaching free motion machine quilting.
Well, we can put it on your bucket list. So
to be in a lineup.
Absolutely.
Sure. Okay. Thank you for joining us, Bob, and everybody. If you have not registered for Salt Lake City yet, now is the time to do it, and we'd love to see you there. All right. Thanks.
Thank you for having me, Terry. I really appreciate it. Looking forward to seeing you in Salt Lake City.